time for a new makeup update. I'm gonna be telling you about makeup that I've been trying, that I've done first impressions on, that I've been trying behind the scenes, and I've been really like getting into these products and really making up my mind, and now I'm gonna tell you what my final review is of these. Alright, first thing I want to talk about is the Catrice Seeking Flowers collection. I tried a lot of things from this collection. I did a video on this collection, of course, and let's start with talking about the thing that I hated. This is the Seeking Flowers eyeshadow palette in CO1 by Myself Flowers. I hated this. I just don't understand it. This middle shade is so like not pigmented. Then we have this shade that's almost like, what are you even gonna do with it? Then we have this satin kind of like orangey yellow that looks really weird on the eye, very unflattering. And then these are like super unpigmented, look kind of muddy, are like really satiny. To be honest with you, I haven't done another look with this because I hated it so much. I could not see a world, I could not see a way in which I would be able to make myself like this. I really didn't like it at all. And then something that was kind of okay for me is the Catrice Hydrating Lip Mask from the collection. This is not bad. It smells nice, nice packaging, it looks cute. Like, it smells very sweet and like fruit. The thing is, I have very dry lips, and this is a very thin lip balm, and this is supposed to be a dupe for the Laneige, and the Laneige really hydrates my lips, and this is just not exactly that. I feel like most people will enjoy this, and I feel like I could enjoy it if my lips are a little less dry, like maybe in the summer, like we're getting into better weather, maybe I'll like more then. But to me, this is not a dupe. This is not like the Laneige. Then we have the Cheek Stick. What's the official name of this? The Blush and Brush Stick CO1 Berrylicious. This was a really cute blush stick. It has a little bit of a glow to it. It's really easy to blend. You don't need to be too scared of this. It's pretty easy to get natural. I don't use the brush on this side. I don't feel like that's a very good idea. I just use my own brushes. I don't really like these really like stiff brushes that come in the packaging, but I think this is a pretty cute stick blush. Like, is it my absolute favorite? No, but it's pretty good. Like, it's a cute blush. It looks good and it blends well and is buildable. Then I have two shades of the lip stains from the collection. I have the shade Bloomtastic, and then I also have the shade Fuchsia Fling. I actually really like these, but I found a way that I like to use these. So I will take this stain and I will just put a little bit like right over here in the center, and then I will take my finger, I will start blending it out, and then I will use it with kind of like a lip liner, or we'll put a gloss on top, or I will just like let it sit like that on its own. And for some reason that just works really well for me with these. And because I blend it out, it doesn't sit anywhere weird. I just make it a thinner layer, and because it's this thinner layer that I don't wipe off, I just let that set down. It also doesn't feel really drying. Like, it feels pretty hydrating, it looks pretty nice on the lips, and I really like this purple color. It really gives this kind of like berry bitten shade to it, and then this one is a little bit more fresh, but I also really like this shade. Like, these are pretty cute stains, and I've been enjoying them that way. Like, not full on, because they're a little bit scary that way, but just like blending it out a little bit. And then we have the two highlighters from the collection. I have really enjoyed these. So we have CO2 April Glow, which is the kind of like yellow light gold one, and then we also have the shade Watch Me Bloom CO1. By the way, these are really hard to open. I just always use something like tweezers. So I think this is my favorite. This is the pinky one. These are very much like the Colourpop Super Shock highlighters, a very similar formula. They are putty formula, they look really nice on the skin, they blend out beautifully, they are very glowy, they are not really shimmery in a chunky way, but there's almost a little bit of a like feel of shimmer to them. It's just a very close to the Colourpop ones. I do have to say, if you have texture, these will emphasize that a little bit because they are so creamy, a little thicker. Even though they blend up beautifully and really blend into the skin, when I look really up close, like for example over here where I have a little bit of dryness under my eyes, I can see them like emphasizing that a little bit. I want to add a little bit of Watch Me Bloom. I just want to show you a little bit of what this glow can do. although I'm already wearing a highlight, but like it's not really a shimmer in this, but just very glowy. So that is with a little bit of that highlighter added. Then let's talk about the Sisterlove collection. I have everything together here in a basket, so I'm probably not gonna do like Essence and Catrice separately. It's gonna be all mixed up. So this is the Essence Harley Quinn palette, and this is in Hey Puddin. This is 01. My opinion about this hasn't changed at all. It is a cute palette. You can do a cute look with it. The shimmers are quite cute. It is nothing like, there's nothing I can really say about this palette that's wrong with it. It is just that it is very one-noted and you're not going to be able to do really different looks. And I kind of feel like this could have been a 6-pan and you could have made like exactly the same looks, like nobody would have noticed the difference. So yes, it's very cute. I quite like the color story. I quite like the formula of this. It is just very much a soft, kind of nudish, pinky look. And I do enjoy that kind of look, but it's all you're gonna get. Then we have the Catrice The Joker eyeshadow palette. This is 010 The Joke's on You. I have done my best to really like try this out, make this work, do different looks. And I do have to say I am not super impressed by this palette. Like there are some pretty shades in here for sure. Like some of the shimmers are really nice. The shade Mayhem is a gorgeous kind of like duochrome green to blue. There's definitely some potential in this palette, but there are a lot of shades that are kind of similar. And the mattes, some of them are not very pigmented, and then some of them are like very powdery and kind of like get muddy if you try to blend them together. So it's kind of like harder to work with the mattes. The shimmers are pretty cute, but I feel like as a whole this is not like amazing quality. But if you really love Catrice and you really love the whole vibe of this collection, then I think you can make it work. Like you can do a look with this. You can make it work. You can like use different techniques and just take some time to do the look. But I have to compare it to other things that I've tried. And this is just not one of the best palettes that I've personally tried. For the drugstore, I feel like it's like workable, doable. There's some potential here, but looking at my whole collection, I just don't think that this is the best. Then we have the Joker Maxi Baked Bronzer by Catrice, and this is in 010 Can't Catch Me. I believe there was one deeper shade. I quite like it. It's a good bronzer, it's blendable, it's easy to use. It's a little bit on the deeper side, but it's still very blendable if you use a little bit of a like more fluffier brush. There's no problem with this. I like the effect of it. It's very skin-like. I have to say that this packaging is not my favorite. It feels a little cheapy. It feels not super sturdy, but it's a good bronzer. It's very much what I would expect from Catrice. Like they do good bronzers. Then the Catrice and the Joker lip oil. This is a really nice one. It's very hydrating. It smells like very nice and sweet and fresh. It is just very nice and glowy. The packaging once again feels a little cheapy and it's so square that it's a little bit uncomfortable. Like it kind of like, I don't know, when you turn it, it's just kind of like playing with Legos. I don't know. It's not like stepping on a Lego, but makes me think of it. Like I wouldn't want to step on this. It's sharp. But this, like the formula of the lip oil is actually really nice. It's very hydrating. It's just a nice kind of like almost liquid balm type product. Just throw it in your bag, apply it on the go. If you have dry lips, this is really nice. Then the Catrice The Joker lipstick. This is the matte lipstick in 010. This is kind of like this rosy terracotta type shade. It is very kind of like silicone slippery, but not really matte. It's kind of like satiny, but I don't feel like this sits very nicely on the lips, on my lips at least. I feel like this emphasizes texture. It doesn't look super smooth. It doesn't smooth over the lines. It doesn't look like the most flattering it could be. I feel like this would work on a lot of people, but I just have a little bit of texture on my lips. And this just doesn't really vibe with it. It doesn't look the best. It's not a bad product, I would say. It's a like okay product. This packaging I like a little better than the other things that I've shown you. Also because it has a magnetic closure and I quite like the imprint on the bullet. This just gets like a 6.5 out of 10 for me because it doesn't look the way I would want it to look. Then we have the Harley Quinn colored mascara in the purple shade. This one is kind of subtle. But it's not bad. It doesn't make my lashes look bad, but it's just very, very like subtle. It is purple, but it's subtle. It is a mascara, but it's not like super lengthening or super volumizing. It just adds a little bit of a color. I do have to say that I don't prefer this brush. I don't prefer this plasticky thing. I like kind of like hairy brushes, like, how do you say, like more hairy brushes, not the plasticky brushes. But I still feel like for trying a purple mascara and it's affordable, I still quite like it, but it's not like the best purple mascara out there in the world. Then we have the nail polish from the Harley Quinn collection. This one is in, it's hard to read in this light, Chaos Queen. This is the blue one. This is a little bit more bright than you would expect from the packaging, but it's a very cute mascara. It's a very cute nail polish. I really like the holo in this. It's really truly holo. I really like the effect. It's very quick dry. It has a very nice coverage. I think the holographic nail polishes from Essence are really nice. Like, they are a fave for me, like maybe a yearly fave. Another thing from the Harley Quinn collection is this Dewy Glow Stick. I don't understand this. This doesn't dry down. It just stays very balmy. It's a balm stick and it just stays balmy. Like, what do you do with that? The glowy part of this is that it is very balmy, but then it just smears around. Like, if it would dry down and then keep its glow, I would like all for it. But now I don't really understand it because it's gonna smear out and then the glow is gonna be gone. So yeah, I don't really understand. It kind of feels like I could just like put on some Vaseline and have the same effect. The packaging is cute. It looks cute. It looks like it has a bit of shimmer on it. You don't really see it. But either on the face or on the body, I feel like this is not really gonna work if it doesn't set down. It's just gonna be a smear risk all day, every day. If you even would wear it that much, I don't know. And then we have the liquid blush from the Joker collection. This one is quite okay, quite nice. Like, it's not bad, it's not amazing. It is very much usable, it's very much blendable, it's quite a nice color. It's just not something that's completely knocking my socks off and making me think you have to get this. You have to run out, you have to get this. This is like a 7 out of 10 for me, like, it's doable. I just have to make sure that I don't go too like overboard with this, but it's definitely usable. It's quite nice. Then the Catrice eyeshadow topper from the Joker collection. This is actually really nice. It's glowy, it dries down, it stays for quite a long time. You have to be a little bit careful if you apply too much of this. It's gonna look kind of like a white blob, so it's not like foolproof. You have to be a little bit aware, like you have to be awake when you apply this and pay a little bit of attention. But when you do, it's quite a nice product, long lasting, shiny, it has a nice shift to it. I like it. Then we have the Harley Quinn Essence Jelly Lipstick. I got the shade Bad Mauve. This is the same formula basically as the Catrice kind of like sheer shiny clicky lipsticks that they came out with a few months ago. But the scent of this is horrendous. It smells so bad, it's almost giving me a headache. If I wear it, it kind of fades away and it's fine, but if I really inhale it, I'm like, that's a lot. And I just don't understand why Essence is coming out with things with this scent. It's just very plasticky, it's very chemically, it just doesn't smell good. I'd much rather have them just add a little bit of a vanilla scent with what they can do. Like, it was just something they can do. They've done that, so I would wish for them to do that again more often. And then we have the Harley Quinn multi-reflective lip gloss. This is the same formula as those new shimmery lip glosses that they have done in their new collection, their update for their regular line. I have to say I like this lip gloss more, like the color more than the other gloss. This is still a pretty gritty lip gloss. You still feel quite a bit the like shimmer on the lips. But I like this more. Like, it looks less icy. It looks a little bit more like something I would wear. So I did declutter the other one, the metallic-y one, the more light pink metallic-y one from the regular line. But I think I'm gonna keep this around because I quite like the shade. I like the look of this on the lips a little more. The other one just felt a little too metallic-y, and this is a little bit more of this softer red pink shade. So it's still gritty. It's still not my absolute favorite formula, but I like this one a little better. And then I think the best product from like this whole collection from both Essence and Catrice is the Harley Quinn Meta Glow highlighter. So this is the shade 01 Rebel, and this is not the same as the Meta Glow highlighter from the regular line. I swatched them next to each other, used them both. The other one from the regular line is very smooth. This is very shimmery. This is a multi-chrome shimmery highlighter that really makes me think of indie brands. Like, this is indie quality. If you would have told me this is a highlighter from an indie brand, I would have believed you. And this is like $3.99. It is so shifty from kind of like green to gold to like pinky purple. A lot is going on here and it is gorgeous. This is a beautiful highlighter. This is the one where I'm like, if you want to pick up something from this collection and you're not sure, go for this one because this is amazing. And I don't know like how often we're gonna see this quality again. This is next level. All right, let's take a little break from the drugstore, but we're gonna come back to it very soon. Let's talk about the Moonroom collection by Lunar Beauty. This is the Moonroom eyeshadow palette. This one is very grungy, but still kind of fresh. And there are also some cool tones in here. I have really enjoyed this palette. I've had no issues with blending any of these shades. I've had no issues with wear or creasing or anything. I love the shimmer formula that he has in his palettes. It's so gorgeous and reflective, and there are just some really special shades in here. I really love the variation that we have in the undertones, and like that we also have like some cool tones there as well. I think this is a great selection of shades. It's very like user-friendly. I feel like this one is a little bit more user-friendly than the Mermaid collection, like the Siren Sunset collection. I felt that one was missing some shades sometimes, but I feel like here it makes a lot of sense. And I am usually not someone who loves grungy eyeshadow palettes, but there's something still kind of fresh about it, and there's just so many options here that I still really enjoyed it. So I would say I recommend this one. I like it. Then I also tried the highlighter palette in this collection. I've really enjoyed this formula. The pink tone is such a beautiful glowy blush, and these tones are really nice highlighters. I haven't dipped into this one because it's really dark for me right now. But if I get a little bit more tan, I'll probably dip into that one as well, kind of like mix it up. This is a really flattering, smooth, gorgeous, shiny formula. There's just something about this that makes my cheeks look so gorgeous and plump, and it just, I don't know how he does it, but it looks so good. I really love these highlighters. I think this is a great palette. I'm happy that it's kind of like compact, that it's only 4 shades like this. I do have to say I would have preferred kind of like duos or maybe singles, but I do understand like the choice here, the vision here. It's gonna be cheaper producing it this way. And I do have to say he has convinced me. I don't really mind it. I have been reaching into this one with a lot of excitement and joy. This is really beautiful. Then I also got all 3 glosses from this collection. I have the shade in Ella, which is the shimmery iridescent situation, like multicolored shimmers. And then we have the shade Soul, which is kind of like this duochromy, like a bronze to gold. And then we have this light baby pink with shimmer. This one is called Flora. I really like the glosses from Lunar Beauty. Recently, I hadn't really been thinking about it, I hadn't really paid attention to it, but the Lunar Beauty lip glosses that have shimmer in them, you do feel it on the lips. They're a little gritty. So if you hate gritty lip gloss, this is not gonna be for you. I do still like these a lot, and I think these are beautiful shades, and I just love Lunar Beauty and their scent and just the whole vibe of these glosses. But I do have to be honest with you, I did notice them being a little gritty. Let's do some NYX. So this is the NYX Buttermilk Bronzer, and I've been using this basically non-stop since I got it. I got shade Butta, which is kind of like the lightest, kind of neutral peachy leaning shade. This is such a gorgeous skin-like glow formula. It is just a little bit beyond satin, but there's no shimmer in this. It's not a hybrid between a bronzer and a highlighter. It's just this gorgeous, stunning formula that's really easy to blend. It looks amazing on the skin. I really like this shade on me. I think it looks really, really good. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I really enjoy it. It is just very easy to use and blendable, and it's just the effect on the skin is different than anything I feel like I have in my collection, and I've been really liking it, and I'm definitely gonna be picking up some blushes from this line. I also did a video on the Butter Gloss Bling glosses, so these are the new version of the Butter glosses by NYX. I really enjoy these. I really like them, really like the shades that they have. I really like the effect of these on the lips. I think they're very nice and like kind of plump looking, kind of 3D looking. These are really cute glosses and they feel really nice on the lips. They just have kind of like that caramelly scent to them that I really enjoy. I really like these. I don't have anything that I don't like about these. I have heard some people say that they're a little gritty, but I would say that the grittiness on this is pretty minimal. You have to really try to feel it. I do have to say, if you just do a thin layer, you're not really gonna feel it, but if you really build it up and use a lot of gloss, you're gonna feel a little bit more grittiness. But I really like the look of these and the feel of these, and I really enjoy them, and I just think they're really cute, affordable glosses. Okay, the Revolution Mood Switch collection. This is the Hyper Real eyeshadow palette, and I really like this eyeshadow palette actually. It feels very cheapy, okay? This feels like true drugstore. And looks like true drugstore, but there's something about this. There's something about the formula in this palette. It's just very glowy, kind of like duochrome-y, kind of sheer, but it still like picks a punch. It's not like a indie shadow. It's not quite there yet, but these are really cute eyeshadows, really cute, like glowy shimmery shades. The only one that I don't really like is this shade, the green one. It is so creamy that it does crease on me very quickly. But I did another look kind of like with the like normal formula, the other formula that's in this palette, and I wore it for a full day and I had no issue with creasing. So the other ones are a little bit less creamy. This one I would personally avoid, or I would apply just a little bit of that in the inner corner. It might survive there. But overall, I think that Revolution did a pretty good job with this eyeshadow palette. I quite like the formula of this. It's kind of like a case of it's good for the drugstore, but when drugstore does good eyeshadows, I do get pretty excited. Like, I'm rooting for them. I want them to do good. If you're not that into indie eyeshadows, you want something a little bit more special than the regular, this is quite a nice option. Then something that I came to enjoy from this collection, I was kind of surprised by it, is the Revolution. It doesn't say the name on the packaging. I feel like it was on a sticker that I had to take off to be able to open this. But this is the pH reacting lip balm from the Mood Switch collection. This is Kiss of Pink, and there's just something about this where it is very hydrating. It feels really nice on the lips. It looks really nice on the lips. It is just a subtle, like, satiny, balmy looking product, but it's very nice for kind of like every day, and it's actually hydrating. It's not too thin. That's a problem that I usually have with these types of product. Like, the balms are too thin and I have dry lips, but this is actually kind of like this very nice marriage between a pH reacting lip balm and actually a hydrating lip balm. So I quite like this. This is pretty good. It has kind of convinced me to not write off pH reacting products right away. Another product from this collection that I actually liked. Did I like all of the products that I tried from this collection? I think I did. So this is the Revolution Aura Luminizer. This is a face and body liquid illuminator. This is very easy to use. It has a beautiful kind of like duochrome glow where it shifts to a purple. It's a pinky purple. This is really nice. It looks really nice. It's just so easy to blend on the skin. I've had no issues with this. Like, you can even use this on top of other things and it won't disrupt it. I don't know what they put in this, but it's actually working really well. It is just very glowy, glossy, kind of natural for a duochrome highlighter. I've been really enjoying this. Like, natural in the way that it is not shimmery. It just blends into the skin very well. And then this one I've also been really enjoying. This is the Revolution Neo Pink blusher from the Mood Switch collection. This is the Aura blush. So I'm guessing the pH lip balm is the Aura lip balm. But this is a really nice cool tone pink matte blush. It's really easy to use. It's really easy to blend. It looks really nice on the cheeks. It is just this effortless cool tone pink. It's just something that I went back for because it's so easy to use and it's just a very nice fresh color. Okay, there's one thing in this collection that I didn't fully understand. So this is the Revolution Prism powder. So this is a pressed powder. I thought it was gonna be a highlighter. It's not a highlighter. It's kind of like a setting powder. It's a setting powder. It's kind of like a finishing powder. I don't really have anything good to say about this. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I didn't feel like this did crazy things to my face or my look. I'm not gonna declutter it right away. I'm gonna give it a chance in my collection, but this was not blowing me away like the rest of the collection did. Okay, let's switch it up again. Let's talk about some rare beauty and then we're gonna go back to the drugstore again. So I tried the So I tried the powder blush, the soft pink powder blush. I tried shade Happy and shade Cheer. So I've seen some mixed reviews about these, and I have to say I really like these. I really enjoy these, but especially shade Happy. For me, this is a very nice glowy blush. I like the amount of pigment. I really like to wear it as a blush. Don't really use this on top of anything else. I just use it on its own. I use more of a fluffy brush. I don't use anything dense, really fluffy, and then it works really well for me and it blends out beautifully. And I love the effect of this on the skin. It's just gorgeous. Love the amount of glow. I feel like this one is not too metallic for me, but if you are unsure if this is gonna be too metallic for you, maybe like skip it. Maybe skip it. You watch some other reviews, watch it on other people, but I felt like this was nothing like too far beyond. It wasn't too glowy for me. I quite like this actually. I don't want to be too positive about this because I do know that people have mixed feelings, but I like it. But you have to like a glowy blush. And then the shade Cheer. For me, this is really a blush topper because this one definitely has a little bit more of a metallic glow to it. It is kind of more in between a highlighter and a blush, but I just put this on top and I'm happy. Like, it looks good. I like the amount of glow. It doesn't look like a weird metallic stripe if I use the right brush with it, at least, and if I use it with the right product. But every time I've put this on, I've just really enjoyed the look. Maybe other people will look at me and be like, wow, what is she wearing? But I don't think it's too much. I like it. I'm over here defending my love of the Rare Beauty powder blushes, but I don't want you to buy something that you won't love, so that's why. I finally tried a Tarte Click Stick product. I have been trying all the dupes, but I haven't been trying the real one, and I just felt like it was too expensive, and I still feel like it's too expensive after trying it. This is 25 euros. It's like $28. It's too much. This is the Maracuja Juicy Shift in shade Rose. So this is kind of like that pH reacting, a little bit thinner feeling lip balm. Like, it's a little bit thinner than the original one. This one is quite nice. You do have to apply a thin layer, otherwise it's gonna look weird and gloopy and stick onto things and just emphasize things that you do not want. So a thin layer is enough, and just wait for it to develop a little bit. Like, when I first applied it, I was like, where's the color? I was just applying, it looked really weird. It looks really glossy, it looks really nice on the lips. It does have a very strong tingle. It's not like spicy, but the mint just lingers and lingers and lingers, and it's still there after an hour, 2 hours. And at some point I was like, this is not necessary for me. I don't want it to last too long, but this just kept on going. It just kept on going. So if you like that minty tingly feel and you want it to last, you could try this. But okay, overall, I think this is glowy, it's glossy, it's quite long lasting, it does have a plumping effect. The pH reacting, it's not too much. It just gives a nice like pinky tint, but 25 euros. And I feel like there are so many products that are just as good or better. Like, it looks very similar to a lot of drugstore options that are like, I don't know, 5 euros maybe, and this is 25. When I try very expensive lip products, usually I'm just like, maybe the drugstore is better. Maybe I will stick to the drugstore. When it comes to some other products, like maybe cheeks, maybe highlighters, like those powder blushes from Rare, I feel like it's more worth it. Lip products, usually no. If you have a lip product that is expensive that you think is totally worth it, let me know. I would love to hear it. Then I tried the liquid blush lighter from Juvia's Place. I have 3 of the shades. I got Blush Lily Glow, Soft Tulip Glow, and Rosy Posy Glow. I really like all these shades. These are the shades that are probably gonna work for lighter skin people. I feel like the other shades are a little bit more bright, are getting a little bit deeper. And here we have kind of like a neutral one, a very cool tone one, and a very like more warm corally one. I was kind of like going back and forth. I was kind of debating on my opinion. I was kind of unsure for a long time because I felt like it just looked a little off when I applied these. I did like them a lot from afar, but looking up close, I thought it looked a little weird. A little crepey, a little unflattering, but then I started applying a lot less. And from the moment I started applying a lot less, I thought they were super flattering, super nice and glowy. They were easy to use, easy to blend, Really like the shade selection. I guess the thing that I like the most about these is that these are not a Charlotte Tilbury color dupe. They are not even really trying to dupe Charlotte Tilbury here. And I feel like I've tried so many glowy blushes that are just the same shade of pinky, like warm pink and peach. And I just want something else. And these are really like different shades in a little bit of a different packaging. These have the packaging like this, and then they have a doe foot that you can apply it with like so. I think these are really like different. They are bright, they are fun shades, they are very glowy but not glittery. I feel like they look really nice on the skin, they are easy to use. But I just get so excited about these shades. Like the shades are really different and they're really nice, kind of like spring summery bright shades, and they get me really excited. I feel like these are on their way to becoming a favorite for me, like a true favorite, a yearly favorite. Like it's getting there. It's kind of like on the way to becoming the best of the year. These shades are so good and I love the glow. I have a few random things and then we're gonna end the video with some more essence because I tried a lot of essence. So this is the MAC lip liner in shade Stone, and I actually have never tried this lip liner formula. I have tried the long-lasting lip liner formula that they now discontinued. That was my absolute favorite, and then they discontinued it and it was very sad. It was a sad day. Just thinking about it makes me sad again. But I really like this formula. I really like this color. So this color, I mainly have to talk about the color because like this is a classic. This has been around for such a long time, this formula. I'm not, like this is not a new product, but I just want to talk about this. If you're a cool tone, then this is a really nice shade to add a little bit of shadow to your lip look and to make it kind of like this natural shadow and add kind of like that fullness without really changing your lip color to something more warm. I feel like a lot of kind of nude lip liners are very warm leaning, and this is just really truly a shadow. It's so cool tone. It's very easy to kind of blend out, and it's almost not part of the lip look in a way, kind of like it's more of the shadow. It's kind of like contouring your lips, and I really like it. It's really like this formula is really easy to use. It's very pigmented, it's blendable even, and I just think this is a really interesting shade. Like it looks a little scary because it's kind of like very gray brown. It's pretty deep, but it just comes in very handy to do different lip looks, especially if you want to do like cool tone lip looks and you don't want it to scoop to the warm nude side because of the lip liner that you're using. So I've really been enjoying this one. I just wanted to share that little trick tip. Then some time ago I tried the LA Girl Shade Shifter Duochrome eyeshadow in the shade Aura, and this was in a favorites video that I saw, I believe from Kathleen Lights, and she said that these were her yearly favorites, this one and some other shades. And when I see these types of videos by these types of creators that are not really like in the indie space, are not really trying any makeup, I'm always wondering, would this be their favorite if they would try indie? Like, does it live up to indie? Is it, like, would it be a yearly favorite for me as well? Or is it really like what you compared with? And I feel like this is a nice eyeshadow, yes, but it's not better than indie, and it's not blowing me away because I know like the shifty shades that indie has to offer. This is a nice one for like the drugstore. This is a nice one to be at places where people can pick up things in real life and just grab a shifty shade like this. This is not available in the Netherlands anywhere in stores, so here that doesn't really count, but maybe in the States, I don't know. The thing is with this one, it's very expensive. I would say this is very expensive. This is, I don't know, 10 euros, so like $12, something like that. And a single eyeshadow from Owen's Eye is 6.90 euros. And then you have already, like, you don't have a multi-chrome, but you already have a shifty shade that is better, that is a better formula than this. Like, this is not a bad shadow, but it's quite expensive for what it is. And if you just go towards indie, you can find better things at better prices. And like, looking at the grand scheme of things, I don't think this is an amazing product. If I look at it just kind of like as a part of like the drugstore makeup brands, yes, it's nice, but I do still like the Catrice ones more. Like the Catrice Duochrome eyeshadows that they have, those have just a little bit more of a lighter, airy formula to them, and they are much, much cheaper. I would recommend those over this for sure. I recently tried the Maybelline New York Super Lock Brow Glue. This I actually really like. It's a really nice, like, small one, but not too small. It's a clear brow gel that really helps my brows stay up. It really holds them up. That really is a strong hold, but it's not like with white flakes. It's not too crazy. I don't know how to explain it. It just holds it so well and it looks so good. It makes them look fluffy. It just has a nice formula, a nice amount of hold. If you want your brows to be a little bit more flexible, then this isn't for you, but I really like what this does. Now let's move on to Essence. I think my favorite mascara at the moment is the Essence Lash Without Limits in brown. This is the Extreme Lengthening and Volume Mascara. I'm wearing this today. This gives such a nice effect. It has such a nice length, volume, separation to it. It really like packs a punch, but it's a really nice brown shade. Like some brown shades are a little bit more towards black brown, but this is a true brown. I feel like this is very similar to like my hair color. It's more of this like mid brown. And I just really like it. It's a beautiful shade. It's a little softer, but because it really like lengthens, separates, give the volume, I feel like it still has a nice impact without being a black mascara. So I really like this. This is a great mascara. It's very affordable. I really like how it lasts throughout the day. I really kind of like everything about it. The only thing is that it's kind of too lengthening for my lower lashes. I have to be really careful when I apply it on the lower lashes. Otherwise it might end up like under my eyes. So I have to be careful with that, but that's just because this is such a good mascara. It's kind of like too much for the lower lashes. Then the So Mesmerizing collection that I did a video about a little while ago. So this is a liquid lip balm. This is just a gimmick. Yes, it's quite a nice liquid lip balm. It does work, but this is like 1 milliliter of product and it's a keychain. That's the point of this. It's a keychain. It does have quite a nice lip balm to it, but you don't need this if you don't want the keychain, if you don't want the gimmick. Then we have the Eye and Face Highlighter Glaze. This is a little bit of a shimmery, a little bit of a spar shimmer. It does work, but for me this is a little too gimmicky. Like this is going a little too far. I feel like if they would have completely made this into a powder, I would have enjoyed it more. Now it's kind of like this weird gel-like texture where they have put these pearls and these stars in. It's not as bad as I expected. I expected this to not work at all. It does work, but I feel like if they would have made it less gimmicky, it would have been a better highlighter. I feel like this is just not up to par with some highlighters that I've tried from Essence. Like this is kind of like, it's workable. It looks quite okay, it looks quite nice, but it's not the best of the best. The So Mesmerizing Color Changing Lipstick. This is quite a nice one, but it's mainly about the packaging. Like the packaging is really cute, it just moves around in there. Feels quite nice. This also looks really cool. This, by the way, is a very fresh scent. This is quite a nice lip balm. I don't really have any issues with this, but it's very, very much about the gimmick. Then we have the So Mesmerizing Shimmer Lip Oil. This is quite a nice lip oil. It's quite hydrating. It looks quite glowy. It has kind of like this spatula, like silicone spatula kind of thing, which I don't personally enjoy. It's not really for me, but it's quite a nice glowy lip product. I don't really have any issues with it, except for the scent, like a very plasticky sweet scent that I don't really like. This is quite nice, like cute, but not amazing. Then I think the thing that I like the most from this collection, that I found the least gimmicky, like the rest is quite gimmicky, a little bit like, why did you do it that way? Maybe it could have been a little better if you made it less gimmicky, but this blush is really nice. So this is the blush stick. It's a glowy red blush. It's really easy to use, really easy to blend. It has a beautiful glow on the cheeks. It is just very nice. It's a nice color, a nice formula. I have no issues with this at all. The packaging is cute. I really like it. This is one that I would say pick it up if you want to pick something up from this collection. Then something kind of random that I tried from Essence is the Meta Glow Duochrome Eye Pencil. So I got two of these shades. I got shade 02 Chromefinity and then I also got shade 01 Chromatic Love. So I would say that these are on the subtle side. They do show up, you can build them up, but they're kind of on the subtle side. They're not super like impactful, but there's something here, like they do work. They are kind of cute for the price, I would say. Can you see this? So that is that first shade, and then kind of the light yellowy to pinky. So there's something here. They have a shift to them, but you kind of have to build them up a little bit. But I feel like for the price, it's a cute product. If you want to try a liner like this, you're not sure if you're gonna like it, you don't want to splurge on it right away, this is kind of cute. And then a product that I've been kind of going back and forth on is the Essence Skin Tint Hydrating Natural Finish with SPF 30. So I have been having issues with my skin. My skin has been looking very dry, and even products that usually work for me now don't look too good on my skin. Like, I used to have no issues with this one at all, but I recently tried it again, used it again, and it just looked kind of dry. And I have been having issues with this, with that it is looking kind of dry in some places. So I have a feeling that this is gonna be pretty nice on my skin once the dry patches kind of like dissipate in the summer. But right now it's just not the perfect thing. What I said in my first impression, that I just saw a little bit of dryness here and there, that just keeps happening, and I feel like it is an issue for me, and it kind of deters me from using this. I feel like I don't want to have to worry about that. I feel like it worries me too much. Like, there are a lot of things that I did like about this. I did quite like generally the look of this on the skin. It looked very natural. I also really like the shade of this. I have shade 10. So this is the lightest shade, I think. It is quite neutral, which I am. I'm neutral to cool. I just think that it is too difficult for me right now to wear things like this, like skin tints, tinted foundation like products, and I just have to be honest with you, I have not been liking this, but I have not been liking anything basically on my face that has pigment in it, that has a foundation like property to it. So yeah, I have not been able to make this look absolutely perfect on me, but there's a lot of potential to this product. I feel like a lot of people are gonna like this, but for me it's just a little too difficult right now. But I will come back to this. I will try it again once my skin is a little less dry. And it's already a little less dry, but I need a little bit more time. Oh wait, I have one more thing, and then I'm gonna round out this video. This is the Romand Glossing Water Gloss, and this is in 01 Sanho Crush. So this is a sheer gloss with a little bit of shimmer with it, and this also has that kind of like weird silicone applicator that the Essence Lip Oil also had. Like, are these meant to be dupes? Are these? I don't know. But there's something kind of similar about them. I don't think that this is my favorite lip product from Romand. It smells kind of like herby fresh. And I feel like the scents from the other Romand lip products I like a little more than this. This is just a very liquidy, clear lip gloss with a little bit of shimmer in it. This didn't really wow me, didn't really blow me away. It was just very okay to me, and I don't like the applicator. It's just very watery. And that makes it a little slippery. So I don't love it. I'm gonna give it in my collection and see if it will grow on me, but for now, it's not my favorite. Those are gonna be all my updates. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.